guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. We are going to be revisiting a ton of makeup. That's right, we are going to be talking about products that I have previously tested on my channel so far. Since I have had my channel, we are coming up on a year, so I've almost been doing YouTube for an entire year, which is crazy. I have over 100 videos uploaded, which also means that I have tried a crap ton of product. So I figured I would gather quite a bit of that product, most if not all. I have returned some items and I have done a video on the items that I have returned. So obviously I can't bring those to you because they're no longer here, but these are items that I have hung on to regardless of liking them or not. So we will see if I'm still loving them, if I'm still hating them, or if I have switched sides of the fence. So let's just go ahead, get something to drink, a snack, get cozy, whatever it takes. This might be a long video, and let's just jump into it. All right, you guys, where do we begin? I'm gonna start on this side of my table and kind of work my way this way. So let's start with foundation. I have tried several different foundations on my channel this year. Let's start with the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. This one I am still loving. I am convinced that this is one of the best foundations you can get, regardless of drugstore or high end. This is just so good. It's consistent, it's long wearing, it doesn't break up on the skin. This is perfect for kind of more on the dry side to combo skin. I wouldn't recommend this for oily skin. It might kind of slip and slide everywhere. It does have some hydrating factors to it, but if you are a little bit on the dry side, maybe get a little bit oily here and there, then this will work fabulous for you. So again, the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, is still a win for me. I still reach for this, and this is my second bottle. So yes, we are still loving Physicians Formula. Next, let's talk about the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This was a staple for me towards the end part of this past winter. I wish I would have either discovered it sooner or that it would have actually hit the market sooner. I can't really remember if I tried this one right when it launched. I think I did actually. So I guess with that being said, I wish it would have been released sooner because I had such dry skin this winter, drier than normal. It was so cold, so brutal this winter that it was like my skin needed a drink of water. This foundation is beautiful for winter if you have very dry skin. If you have combo or even oily skin, this is a no for you. You will not like this foundation in my opinion. It will slip and slide all over the place. It is borderline even a little bit too hydrating for me, which is why I designate this one for the winter months. If you live in a very cold, dry climate and your skin reacts to that, then this will be perfect for it. So for the summer, this one's kind of taking a back seat for me because as the months get warmer and the humidity raises here in the Midwest, this foundation just doesn't work for me right now. But I do love the formula. It is super hydrating. It offers beautiful coverage. It blends wonderfully. I absolutely love it. I just can't use it in the warmer months, so this is a must when winter rolls around. The next one, which is what I have on my face right now, is the Light Illusion Foundation. This is the Luminous Makeup Nude Skin Feel by Flower Beauty. This one I really loved, and then I was like, meh, and then I really loved it. I have been trying to use the crap out of this recently because I really want to give it a run for its money. I have it on right now. I did get a little bit shiny, so I might have to powder, but you guys, granted, I have had this on my skin since about 8:30ish this morning, and now it is almost 6 p.m. So it looks pretty good for wearing it that long, so I would say that it is pretty long wearing. I have a little bit of redness here on my chin, a little bit kind of in my T-zone area here where foundation tends to rub off. But that is one thing I will say about this foundation. It rubs off my nose a lot easier than most do. I have trouble keeping foundation on my nose as it is, but this one just really wants to slip off my nose, so I've had to kind of touch it up with my kabuki brush. But again, that's not a huge like deal breaker for me. It's still a really good foundation for the price. I really like the formula as well. I might reach for this when I'm a little bit more dry, but I can pull it off in the summer if it's a really hot day. no, I tend to reach for matte foundation. Last but not least for foundations, this is from BH Cosmetics. This is the BH Liquid Foundation Naturally Flawless. I haven't reached for this since I did a review on it. I want to say it was last November. I did kind of like a little mini BH Cosmetics haul. I talked about this. I haven't worn this again since then. It's not that it's a bad foundation. It's just not the best. I'm actually going to declutter it, probably get rid of it or give it to someone that might like it. It's just not my favorite. The texture of it's kind of like weird and sticky. There are some oils in this, so if you have sensitive skin or acne prone skin, you might want to steer clear because it might clog your pores or cause some irritations. I don't know, it's just not, it's not all the way there. I think it's, and to me the coverage, nah, it's all right. It's a pass. There's that for foundations. I want to move on to concealers. I have a couple in front of me. First off is the Kylie Jenner or Kylie Cosmetics Skin. I think this is called a Skin Feel or Skin Like Concealer or something. Whatever. You guys remember when this launched. I'm sure you know when this launched. I actually really love this concealer and I love the formula. I bought mine in the shade Pine Nut. This looks better on me when I have a bit of a tan going. It's just a little bit too dark to actually highlight with. If I wanted to just spot conceal and have it match my natural skin tone, or I just wanted to conceal under the eyes and have like a no makeup day, then the color I picked was perfect for that. But again, the formula is really good. It's pretty good coverage. I would say it's medium coverage. You can build it up without it looking cakey. I do reach for this time and time again, but to be completely honest, you guys, I am still on the lookout for a concealer that I am like totally obsessed with, that I'm happy with, and I have nothing bad to say about. And this one's pretty good. It still doesn't have the it factor for me. The Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. This is a fantastic concealer if you are on a budget. This was $5.99 at Ulta. It really does give good coverage. However, even for me, I really wouldn't consider this really full coverage. Tarte Shape Tape is going to give you more coverage in my opinion. The only thing that sucks is that I really am not a huge fan of Tarte Shape Tape. So again, as you guys can tell, I am on the lookout for a really good high coverage concealer that doesn't look cakey, that doesn't crease, that doesn't settle into fine lines under the eyes. I'm still looking for that dream concealer. Maybe one day, if my channel takes off and I somehow have the income to start my own makeup company or do a collab or something like that, that would be my dream, would be to just develop that amazing, perfect concealer for those of us that are in our 30s, even approaching our 40s, looking for something that you can actually put on skin that has aged a bit. This is not bad. It's very good for what it is. I reach for this one pretty consistently because, to be honest, so far, this actually is the best of the best that I have found. So there is that. Moving on, let's touch on a setting spray quick. I reviewed the Colourpop Amber Crystal Set that Sephora launched, and I loved the liquid highlighter, which I should have pulled out. So it came with the liquid highlighter, it came with a crystal balm that was kind of tinted like a peachy tone, apricot tone, and then it came with this setting spray. As you can see, I have used the heck out of this setting spray. Yeah, heck, I just said heck. When do I ever say heck? I use the hell out of this setting spray. I really like it. The crystal formula is so good. If you have normal skin, you're not dry, but you're not super oily, this is a really good setting spray for that. I also like to use it to actually enhance my shadows. So when I pick up some metallic shadows and I want to spray it, instead of wasting my super expensive MAC Fix Plus, I reach for this because I believe on its own, I think it's like $6, but it smells amazing. I love the way it feels on my skin. I love that it comes in a glass bottle. So once I run out of this, I think Colourpop still sells these. I would love to buy some more of them. So this one is a hit for me. Let's see what to move on to next. Oh, let's do a bronzer. So I did review the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer on my channel. I didn't really do a full review of this. I more so slipped it into a makeup tutorial for dry skin, like glowy makeup for dry skin video. And I tried this for the first time in that video. I love this bronzer. I have it on right now. It is a beautiful shade. It smells amazing. It's luminous. It's stunning. I love to brush it onto my kind of décolleté here and down the neck to warm this area up because I have a hard time getting any color right here. I feel like no matter what, my face is always somewhat darker than my neck and my chest area, so this is perfect for that. I love the formula. It's super blendable. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful color. I love the real gold. So there's like genuine gold shimmer in this. It's so good. Again, the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Soleil Bronzer is a hit. Let's move on to eyeshadow. The first one I want to talk about is the Tarte. This is the Chrome Paint Shadow Pots. Now, when I reviewed this, I hated this product. Hated it. I thought that it creased super easily. It just bunched up. I did not like it at all, and I was super upset because it is a really beautiful formula, you guys. I barely put my finger in that. Look at that. And I'll show you a swatch. Like, the color payoff is just ridiculous. It is super metallic, super shiny. What I figured out is that you have to have a pretty good shadow base down, meaning you can't just lay down concealer and put translucent powder on and then put this on top. I find that this actually layers on top of shadow better. So once you actually have eyeshadow down, even like a transition shade or something that looks close enough to your natural eyelid color, just something, this will layer on top of it much better, and it will not crease. So I hated it, but now I love it. It is beautiful. I actually want more of them. It just sucks because Tarte has kind of been on my shit list as of recent. All that aside, this is a beautiful product. I now love it. So this is a convert for me. The Wet n Wild. This is the Rose in the Air Color Icon. This is one of their larger palettes. I reviewed this in a What's New at the Drugstore. My beef with this is initially when you put it on, the colors are beautiful. They blend really easily. They're pretty pigmented for what they are. Again, you're getting all of this for $4.99. The colors are spectacular. I love the mattes, but after you wear these for even just a few hours, they tend to get a little bit muddy looking. If you're just looking for something very inexpensive that you want to wear on a night out, something just kind of very minimal for the work day, and you're not looking for something to keep its vibrancy, like you're not going to a major event or something like that. You just want something that's good enough for everyday use and you're on a budget. These are not a bad option. However, I have to say, if you have the money, you're better off buying a Milani palette, which I have heard so much about. I personally haven't used, but I will even probably go out and say it, that from talking to friends who own Milani palettes and watching reviews on those, that spending a little extra to get those is a better option. To even spend a little bit more to go for like a Colourpop palette, you're better off. They just have more longevity. So these aren't bad, but I don't love it as much as I did when I initially tried it. Unfortunately, I would probably end up giving this away to a friend or family member. My mind has changed on that as well. The Maybelline New York Lemonade Craze palette. I loved that palette when I did a tutorial, and I still love it now. I do want to talk about this. This palette kind of got a lot of heat. When it first came out, people were saying that it wasn't pigmented, that it was super powdery. You guys watched me use this. I even had a girl comment saying on my video that my review wasn't super honest, that you should check out the reviews on Amazon and other YouTuber videos before buying. I don't know if she didn't watch my whole video, but I tried this out for you guys on camera. You all saw me if you watched that video. Blend that in. You saw the colors. I commented that it was kind of powdery, but all that aside, this is a really good palette. I love it. If you buy it on Amazon, it's like $10.99 or something. It's totally worth it. The colors in here are beautiful. If you are new to color and you want to try pops of color, this is perfect for you because you still get some of your neutral everyday tones in here. Plus you've got the yellow and the bright pink. It's a beautiful palette. I love it, and I have reached for this since I have reviewed it, and I get compliments on my eyes every time I wear this, so this is still a major win for me. Moving on, let's talk about some Colourpop palettes. I'm not going to address each one, but here they are. We have the Give It To Me Straight palette, the My Little Pony palette, the I Think I Love You palette, and the Dream Street palette. All of these are still a yes. My mind has not changed on these. I reach for these palettes often. I put them in rotation. Obviously, you guys know I own a shit ton of eyeshadow, so it's really hard for me to actually like even hit pan on a shadow, but these are still major wins. The only one I haven't really used a whole lot is the My Little Pony palette. It's not because I don't like it or that I think that it doesn't work well. It's just the shades are just not shades I typically reach for every day. They're really fun and they're really beautiful and they work beautifully. Again, it's just something that I have in case I want brighter colors like this or something more in this color scheme. I wouldn't get rid of it because I really, really do like the colors. I just haven't had a reason to wear it yet. The Colourpop palettes, yes, never gonna get rid of those. I still love them. Next, we have the Colourpop InNudeEndo highlighter palette. This launched at the same time as the Give It To Me Straight palette. And as you could tell, I have been using this one, so this is still a win as well. I love the shades. It looks beautiful on the skin. The only thing I will say, there's something in this formula. If you have very textured skin, if you have exaggerated pores, but for the most part, textured skin, acne, anything like that, like on the cheek, this is one that will exaggerate that. I don't know why that is. Out of all the highlighters I've tried, this one does exaggerate texture the most. But if you have pretty decent skin as far as health-wise on your skin, you don't have a lot of acne issues or texture or anything like that, then this palette is fantastic. The shade range is awesome. And yes, I'm still loving this and I still reach for it. Moving on to the Bad Habit palettes, the Athena palette and the Aphrodite palette. Still love these, still playing with these. Let me know if you guys want more tutorials on this because I have done a couple of them recently. Here's what Aphrodite looks like. This is a dupe for the Rose Gold palette. And no, do not go out and buy the Rose Gold palette. If you are a huge fan of Huda Beauty, then by all means. But you guys, this palette is beautiful. The colors last. It is pretty much the same thing. You don't need to go spend $65. Spend, I think it's like $12 or $16 for this, and you're gonna get the same thing. The Athena palette is a dupe for the Desert Dusk palette. This one is fantastic. Again, longevity. I'm still loving this since I reviewed it. I'm still reaching for it. It's in my rotation. I love it, and I would say the same thing. If you're interested in any of those two palettes, consider these. If you've been on a budget and you're loving those two palettes but you can't afford it, pick these up, you guys. These are on the Shop Hush app, and if you purchase them on the Shop Hush app, you're gonna get free shipping no matter how much you spend. But yes, these are still a win for me and I'm still loving them. Moving on to the last two palettes I want to talk about is from BH Cosmetics, again from my BH Cosmetics haul. This is the Nude Blush 10 Color Blush palette and the Contour palette. These are fantastic palettes. I still love them. I don't reach for the Contour palette as much as I once did because I'm really into cream blushes and contours right now. I haven't really done any reviews on those on my channel, so maybe I need to, and talk to you guys more about those. But if you are on a budget again and you want a solid contour palette, this one is really, really good. The colors are a little bit warm, so I don't know how well this would work on very fair skin tones. But if you have light, medium skin, even darker skin tones can pull this off. It's like $10.99 or something. Super good. Still loving it. And the 10 Pan Nude Blush palette, I still reach for this very often, at least once a week. So still loving that. Let's move on to the BECCA. This is the Royal Glow highlighter. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this since I just reviewed this not too long ago, but I love this. I still use it pretty much every day. I have it on today. It has become pretty much my ride or die highlight. So I think this is still available. It is limited edition, but we all know the jokes surrounding BECCA and their limited edition products. But nonetheless, I'm still loving it. It sits on my vanity. Let's talk about the Lash Paradise. Again, ones I just recently did a review on. I can't find the eyelash primer that I reviewed as well, but again, that should tell you something. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually really liked that primer. I just don't find myself using something like that every single day. It's just when you're trying to get up, like if you're like me and you're trying to get ready for work in the morning, you're not going to fidget with a ton of steps. I want it to be as simple as possible. So I just don't see myself reaching for it often. I'm going to hang on to it though because I really did like what it did. The two liners, I don't wear liner a whole lot. The black one I really, really liked, but it is more of a vinyl finish versus a matte finish, and I do prefer a matte liner. You can go over this with black matte eyeshadow, but again, I'm not going to take all those extra steps. The rose gold liner was not a huge win for me, and I'm still not really into it, simply because it flakes off and it doesn't last. So I really liked the black liner in my video. If you're looking for something like that, then I still recommend it, but for me, I just have not been reaching for them. The Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. This is a ride or die. When I want really super defined, fantastic looking brows, I'm not in a huge hurry. Not that this doesn't apply super easily, but for comfort, I'm not a huge fan of having gel in my brows every single day. I prefer more of a brow powder, so that's what I reach for. But this is in rotation when I want something that's super long lasting brows and will stay in place and keep my brows in place for a long time. This is what I reach for. So this I'm still loving. The NYX Slip Tease, these are the full color lip oils. I love this formula. I hope that NYX never gets rid of this. I loved it when I tested it out, and I'm still loving it now. I have mine in the shade I Woke Up Like This. I've talked about this before on my channel. It's a beautiful formula, super comfortable, and again, I'm still loving it. The Colourpop Luxe lipsticks, you guys, these are so fantastic. Again, another one I am still loving. Loved it in my video. Again, loving it now. They're super opaque, comfortable, just a beautiful formula. These really mimic like Charlotte Tilbury for me. I'm not gonna lie. I have a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. These are very similar to that, even in the way that the packaging feels, even the way that the formula feels. So for me, the Colourpop Luxe lipsticks, yes, I'm still loving them. Moving on to a mascara, and I think this is the last product I have in front of me, you guys. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. I did a review on this and I was super impressed with the results, and then I kind of put it to the side again and I went back to my roller lash. But then when I got back to working again, you guys, I started using this again because I really wanted to give it a run for its money, because this is supposed to be a 24-hour wear mascara, and it truly is. So I am still loving this one as well. So yeah, that is just a quick overview of products that I have tested out so far on my channel. This is where I'm going to ask you if there are any new products coming out, any new launches that you want to see me review. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to purchase those products and test them out for you guys. I do plan on purchasing the Jaclyn Hill Vault. I haven't watched one review on it, and I don't plan on it because I want to purchase it and test it out for myself. I was thinking about trying out the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette, but I wasn't 100% sure on that. So give me your input on that as well, and let me know if you'd like to see me try that out too. And yeah, let me know about these products. Have you guys tried some of the ones I talked about? Did you end up buying anything in my video because I recommended it? Let me know if you loved it too, or if you didn't like it. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, share it, and of course, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel before you go if you haven't already. And of course, let's do this. It's been a while. If you made it all the way to the end of my video, leave me a smiley face in the comments. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and sitting down with me. As always, I love you so much. You know that I confess my love to you guys all the time, and I'll never stop because I appreciate you sitting down with me, and I appreciate the love and support that you show my channel. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I have to end it that way. I always have to tell you guys I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.